Hey guys, what's going on? Super quick one here for you today. I'm just going to show you guys how to best go about farming enemy enemy kingdom castles for resources. The current clan versus clan opponent we have is a very old kingdom, which means lots of high level inactives and stuff, really good targets for finding resources. And I'm just going to show you how to quickly spot some good castles and how to hit, because it's actually really good practice for if you're trying to eventually become a big hitter and join in on attacks and stuff. It's actually a really good way to kind of practice and, slightly safer way, practice sending your troops effectively. To start out with, when you're in a kingdom or a clan battle, you actually have access to another kingdom. So you're going to go to clan battle, which is in your events tab. Clans battle, and I've already claimed it, but just here, usually there will be a button saying claim. You'll be able to claim a great relocation and a return. I haven't used either, so I'll show you what you do then. We're going to head out to global map. Just wait for it to load real quick. Any second now. You see this little tab here. Come up to the clans battle. That's the current kingdom event or clan battle event. You're going to click on your enemy kingdom, the little eye. You'll see the enemy clan come up. Go to kingdom. Wait again. Alright, so now we have the enemy kingdom up here. Your best bet is kind of just there's going to be castles around the Palace of Power, basically. See all these ones here. These can be great, but they're also going to be more heavily policed. You can see some big unshielded level 26 here. Yeah, lots of high level castles around, clearly inactive, but that's just because I know what to look for. So we're going to go way out kind of into the middle of nowhere because you're going to be a bit safer there, just in case you mess up, which you shouldn't. It's actually quite easy. So I'm just going to kind of search around the map like this until I find, already found a good castle. So often castles over level 21 are good to go for because they actually might have resource production buildings that are above 21 or above, which really increases the output. So you're going to have an option to move either Drakkar, which you're not going to want to do unless you are completely changing kingdoms, or a great relocation, which is like a temporary thing. Going to hit apply. Come down, we're right next to this now. Before you do anything, you're going to want to make sure you are set up in the right hero set. I'm actually not going to use the right hero set, but anyway, you're going to want to use your defensive hero set just to be extra careful. So for me, that would be range. I'd activate this and then change out for links pieces. This isn't kind of compulsory, but it's kind of an extra fail-safe in case you do get hit. Next up, we're going to set up our favorite boosts. This is just going to make shielding up quicker and easier and kind of more fail-safe. So you'll come to here. If you've already got favorites, you'll automatically come up to favorites. I've deactivated favorites just for the sake of this. So you're going to head to military. You can see I've got 3-day shield up. It still has over a day left. But you're going to come down to peace treaty 8 hours and you're going to hit start. If you don't have any, you're not going to be able to buy them from here. Right, so what you're going to want to do is head to the items tab, military, peace treaty 8 hours, and just purchase some. There you go, I just bought another 40, because why not? You're going to want to have a few of these just to make sure you're ready to shield up. So then you're going to hit the star next to peace shield 8 hours, like so, and it'll be in your favorites tab. Now that we're all ready to go, you can optionally kind of add extra boosters or whatever. Marching speed's a good one for farming lots of inactives. I'm not going to do a whole lot, so I'll just, for the sake of argument, throw on a 50% just because. And again, if you want fail-safes, you can buy some of these. These cost 5,000 each if you don't have any. The 1 hour reduce 20%. It'd be a waste to use your 10-minute reducers of 30%. And also, again, I'm not going to hit many and I'm not really at much risk, so I'm just going to purchase some 20% attack and defense boosts. But again, you can activate higher ones if you just want to be safe. It's an extra fail-safe basically. The whole important thing of attacking other castles is shielding up really, really quickly. You can actually do that. There's been an update in the past couple of weeks sometime where now you can do the favorites, and the reason we set that up is because if I hit my B key, it immediately brings up favorite and you have your peace treaty for 8 hours up here. Right, B, it's up. so you can apply it really, really quickly. And I'll actually show you when I do this. This time it takes for me to pull up the boost tab and reapply the shield is actually quicker than the time it takes for the server to recognize I've sent an attack. So you basically have minimal downtime, and no legitimate player is going to be able to catch you with your shield down if you do this right, and it's actually really quite easy. So I'm going to set up, we're going to hit this Buckeye Nations guy. I'm going to check that he's actually inactive. The biggest telltale is when someone is obviously unshielded, no clan, and no town skin. You can see these are the default town skins depending on the town level. Mine obviously looks different because I have a Dragon Citadel equipped, and you should be able to recognize the difference between default town skins and actual town skins that have been actively applied. So in continuing with just checking that he's actually inactive, I'm going to click on the eye. You'll see this player information come up. Now, some details we're looking for. Maximum influence and current influence. If they're the same, there's quite a good chance there will be troops and or scouts in the castle. If it's substantially less, it's more than likely that they have been hit and or zeroed, so you're less likely to encounter troops. Time since elapsed since last visit, that's the biggest giveaway, so 62 weeks. This guy hasn't logged in over a year. You can assume he's probably been unshielded for a lot of that time, and that's backed up by the influence and versus maximum influence. So it's pretty safe to assume that this bloke is probably not going to have troops home. So he's probably a good target. You can also have a look at resources produced in town, 2.9 billion. That's quite a lot over a year. It's not so much, but still a pretty decent number. So I reckon this is going to be a pretty good hit. Again, another failsafe, you can send a small amount of scouts. The process will be the exact same. I'll just show you for the sake of it. I'm not going to send scouts. Another failsafe, get rid of your hero. This means that you're going to get no bonuses from your hero or your shaman when you're hitting the castle, but it means your hero will be home. So if you're in defense gear, someone hits you, it's kind of a bit of a fail-safe. You'll do more damage to them, maybe not lose all your troops, which is still quite likely anyway. Send some scouts. You'll say troop led by the hero shaman gets additional bonus to its stats. Do you wish to send this troop on the march without your hero and shaman? Send, and it'll warn you again before you drop your shield, right? So I'm going to hit in quick succession, yes. As soon as I've hit yes, doesn't matter what attack you're doing, in a clan event you always are going to want to shield up straight away. So I'm going to hit yes, B, and then click apply all in one swift sort of motion, right? So yes, B, and you can see it still shows my shield up when I get the boost tab up, which is what I was saying before about I can actually re-shield before, but I, just for safety's sake, make sure it drops first and then apply it so that you don't get mixed up and kind of mess all that up. Right, so now our scouts have gone and hit said castle. I'm going to go and look in our reports tab. Espionage succeeded, and we can see these are all the resources we can plunder from the town basically. So that's 2 mil lumber, 2 mil stone, 4 mil food, 1 mil silver, 1.3 iron. That's pretty good. That's a good hit. So all up, I can say 2, 4, 8, 9, roughly 10 mil resources. So gonna get him up again, hit attack, and I'm gonna line up enough troops so that I can get at least the 10 mil resources. Again, you're gonna wanna, if you want to fail safe, not have your hero or shaman on the march. I'm pretty comfortable doing this. So you can see if I use tier 1s, I'm going to get 9.9, so that should be about all the res. The advantage of this is they march quicker. I'm going to send tier 2s just because I'll be sure to get all the res. We're going to do the same thing as we did before, so send, you'll get a warning about your boost, and if you don't have your hero or shaman, you'll get an extra prompt. Come to this, yes, B, apply. Boom, just like that, easy as. We've shielded back up, you're using your 8-hour shields. So you can see here, if you come into reports, attack succeeded, and we have all those resources. You may need to send more marches to collect all the resources. Just bear in mind every time you're using an 8-hour shield, so every time you're attacking, because you are going to attack every time, that's 1,000 gold. If you're scouting as well, that's 2,000 gold. So just be mindful of how much gold you're spending for resources. If you come across something that's just a few thousand resources, probably not worth plundering, especially in a kingdom like this where there's lots and lots of really bountiful castles. So I really encourage you all, if you're watching this kind of at the time, get out there, start hitting some enemy castles, just be careful, and start getting some resourcing, because you can see that's pretty substantial amount of resources. You know, you do that a few times, you're suddenly really piling it up. So hope this was all helpful. It's a good way to practice putting hits on because it's kind of the same process with a few more steps for doing big hits and onslaughts and all the rest of that. So this is a good way to practice all that. Hope it's been helpful. Evil Twixter out.